This is a classic Rhode Island pizza. The difference between a regular pizza and a grilled pizza, at least one of the many differences, is that here we use olive oil. Some pizzas, you're gonna use flour, different types of flour, maybe cornmeal, not here. Now I'm gonna start with my dough. Stretch it nice and thin, not too thin. You need a dough that's nice and elastic. Don't get out those rolling pins. No, no, no. Do it by hand. I've got this beautiful preheated cast iron pan here, lightly oiled and totally seasoned. Medium to low heat to start. Very important. If it's too high, what's going to happen is the outside's going to burn before the inside of the dough cooks. And this is almost a slow and low process here. Too fast, the outside's going to char, the inside's still going to be raw. I've got some beautiful vine-ripe tomatoes here. They're Roma tomatoes, so they're not vine-ripe tomatoes per se, but they are very ripe. Make sure when you slice into them, the inside of your tomato is red, not that white color. This is whole milk mozzarella. Very important to use whole milk mozzarella. Skim milk is going to be so dry, it's going to crust out on top. I've got Parmesan Reggiano, some chiffonade basil, which just means lightly cut. All right, so you can see our dough is starting to rise up here. Let's give it a flip. Now, when you flip your dough, you got to get to work quick, because otherwise the other side of that dough may overcook before your toppings have melted. Now, sauce, a normal pizza you may see sauce first. In Rhode Island, we put it last, and we just sort of dollop it around the pizza. I'm going to season it with a little coarse pepper, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to give it another drizzle of that olive oil. Now, take a pan, invert it, all right? Being cautious when you pick it back up that handle may be hot. Drop your temp as low as it can go. Let it be there for about 5 minutes or so. Now that heat is being trapped inside, and it's gonna melt that cheese from on top. All right, so this has been on here for about 5-6 minutes, and you can see that cheese has now started to melt, and that sauce, everything is just sort of coming together beautifully. So I'm gonna now check it for doneness on the bottom, and as you can see, it's crisped up very beautifully. A Rhode Island pizza has to have a crispy bottom. It's a part of the joy is that. I'm gonna drizzle this with a little bit more olive oil. So lots of fresh garden basil and just a pinch of salt. I've got this Parmesan here. I'm just gonna add a touch of that. I mean, that came out great. That's Rhode Island pizza, baby, 101.